Hey, hey, everybody. Sorry we missed you last week, Wednesday and Friday. Life happens, as we all know. But welcome back to another wonderful week of Waters of the Deep, where we left off with a wonderful water elemental myrmidon. Uh, really just fucking up Silt and Odess, and said something last week that only one person understood. So we'll see how that plays out. But we're just gonna dive right into it with Pearl up first. Pam's not here tonight. Brad's gonna handle her for the combat aspect. So go ahead, Brad.
Yeah. Well, let's see here. Let's move Pearl over here.
Okay. And you've got that thing
And
completely surrounded, so it's advantage on all attacks right now.
okay, let me. Uh, we're going to use bonus action for Searing Smite.
Okay.
Uh,
I was gonna say don't put it on Pearl until you know if you hit or not.
okay. Just so you know, I'm going to cast that at level 2.
Okay.
Uh, let's see here what she got.
Okay, so that will hit. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, so you're gonna drop the effect on yourself, or on Pearl rather, and then
Yeah.
roll damage.
Let me just double check something. Okay, so it should be a 2d6.
Yep, I changed it, so
Oh,
just drop
gotcha,
it.
gotcha.
I'm gonna change it right back because it's an effect, but yeah,
Okay, do that.
and then roll damage.
Damage.
9 resisted down to 6, and it catches on fire. So it is now a water elemental that is burning.
Cool.
Interesting.
She's gonna take another swing. That'll be a miss.
That one misses.
And that's it for pearls. Bonus action action.
Alrighty. That is going to bring us to the water myrmidon. Alright. So go ahead and drop that Searing Smite saving throw on it.
All right. Wait a second.
It succeeds. So it is no longer on fire.
Oh,
So it catches flame for a moment, and then at the beginning of the turn, it just sizzles out.
that makes sense.
Very much so. I love it when the dice make story makes sense. The Myrmidon is going to continue its barrage. First one for Silt. Hitting.
Come at me. Fine.
You are down again. Second one for Odess. Missing. And third one for Odess. Hitting. And you succeed your concentration check to maintain your spell. That'll bring us to Gallen's turn.
I'm gonna drop a wrath on him.
Okay, go ahead. He fails. Le damage. 16 points of damage to the Myrmidon. All right, Becca, you're up.
Gal's going to say that. Back to the Myrmidon.
You just hear it hiss, like steam, like a steamy hiss.
Cool. I want to chat. That's cool. Even though it chatted first, but whatever. I'm gonna attack with my longbow. Even though it doesn't have any piercing damage, but whatever.
That'll hit the target, not your friend for once. Go ahead and roll damage.
And I still have Hunter's Mark on it, correct?
Let me.
I should.
Did you cast Hunter's Mark? I don't remember.
Yes, I did.
You didn't mark off any spell slots, so no,
I
you didn't.
didn't. All right, that's fine with me.
Resist it down to 2.
All right, doing it again. Missed.
That
All
one.
right, that's my
misses.
turn.
Alrighty, Tatty.
Save yourself! Oh wait, that's advantage. So let's roll that second time.
Oh shit! I threw those first 2 attacks with Pearl. Oh well.
Oh wow. It does hit.
Oh,
5 damage.
I forgot. Sync attack can go on either one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought. Okay.
Yeah, it's just once per turn is all it clarifies. So. And you crit.
Hey, you're right. I'll take it.
Alright, get that sneak attack on there. So it'll be 30 damage.
That's right.
And that does psychic
Take it.
weapon, so the crit is irrelevant. Anything else for your turn?
Negatory.
Alright, that'll bring us to
This thing
Silt.
disappeared.
Make that throw in the tower, please.
Will do. Ooh, I like how the lights come on in the tower.
Yeah. Okay. So that is your throw this round. That'll bring us to Kit's turn. Kit. Is going to reach down and give you a 3rd level cure wounds. As Kit does.
That's my girl.
And then give a Bardic Inspiration to Odess for the bonus action. And that will be Kit's turn. Odess, you're up. You can add that D8 to your attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within the next 10 minutes, I think it is.
All right, sweet. Let me see here how we looking. Okay. How's our boy looking? How do you get Pearl to quit targeting somebody? Never mind. There we go.
The Myrmidon is looking rough. Really rough.
Okay.
Is his Spirit Guardian still active?
I haven't-
Spiritual weapon. Oh, it is a
According to
Spirit
his
Guardian.
effect, he has. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming that's what that 5-foot
Yeah.
ring is.
I believe so. So you gotta go. We're gonna retcon and do your spiritual
Oh, hold on.
guardian. Well, just drop it on the Myrmidon real quick.
No, that's the weapon. I don't have guardians up yet.
You're concentrating on guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
So I think you have both up.
Okay.
But your spiritual guardians would have come into play on the Myrmidon's turn. So go ahead and do that real quick. And he succeeds.
Which I don't think it.
I think he takes half.
Yeah, half.
Yep, takes half. If I remember correctly, you had chosen Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so down to 3. Still up. Looking extremely rough, though.
All right.
So you do have your spiritual weapon up, and then your turn as well.
So I will swing at him with the spiritual weapon first. Get that out of the way.
Okay. Make sure you click on your token before you do anything. Just
Yeah, I
click
did.
click your token once to set it to yourself. All right. Spiritual weapon
Okay.
misses.
That was a miss, and we're gonna take a couple swings with our trident.
You mean a swing, because you only
A
get
swing.
one. That hits. Go ahead and roll damage. That is enough. With one swoop of your trident, the Myrmidon explodes into water on the deck, which then flows off over the edge and back into the ocean.
Well,
That
that was
ship within
random.
sight?
I'm gonna roll a d6 to try and collect any of my arrows.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you've got one at your
Right out of
feet.
Silt's head.
No, it's
So-
not in my head anymore. I gave it back to her.
And I don't think it was actually in the head.
I think it was in the shoulder, and if I remember correctly, you did pull it out and kind of toss it to her and go, I think you dropped this.
Yeah.
So 4. Woohoo!
You hear Chest Rock kind of peek around the corner, go, well, that sucked. And then go about his rockiness.
Is that ship within sight?
Yeah, you look over Odessa's shoulder. You can still see the ship to the northwest.
Okay.
Still a little ways out, but it's there. What are you guys doing? Anybody? Anything? Somebody gonna help Silt stand up? Just your captain?
Figured that'd be
Yeah.
Kind of.
Bill Kit's job,
Yeah.
but also
True. But Max
But
isn't
also-
here.
Well, it's not that it's Kit's job, but I figured the same thing.
I don't know. As a
Uh,
first mate, it might actually be Kit's job.
Okay, Kid will pick you up then.
but also Gal. Well, first off, is there anything that the Myrmidon left behind that we can grab?
Puddles.
That's Puddles. That's it. Okay, cool. Then I don't need anything. So I'm gonna run up to Silt and be like, I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna shrug and be like, "It. You know what? It happens."
But it's happened twice.
Yep. Which is why I know it happens.
Happens more than it should. Jesus.
We need a tally mark system going at this point.
So when each of us gets marked by a gallon, we're all gonna get like matching tattoos. Like
Matching
many times-
tattoos of the arrow wound
Of the
wherever she
yes.
hit you.
yep.
At this rate, I'm gonna hit every single one of us, including myself at some point. So
It's bound to happen.
Uh-huh.
Let go of the
just
bow
the
instead of
odds
the
are in my
string. And...
favor. Um, But I
Instead
guess
of
I'm
a
gonna
ranger
say
in the rear, I'm gonna suggest that we put the ranger up front. That way, the arrows don't come back.
that's probably wise. Probably wise decision. I am
So-
gonna say like, hey, this thing was looking for something, so we should probably just keep in mind that there might be more coming.
What was it looking for?
I asked, and then he just hissed at me like he didn't want to answer. So
What did it say?
well, all it said was "give it to me," and then when I asked what was he looking for, he didn't respond with a coherent thought.
Well, let's
Nope.
continue sailing.
What were you doing when you were living down in the water?
Me
Yeah.
living with my family on a homestead.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Make sure
nothing
you
special,
wasn't,
man.
Part of a brothel or something, Give it to me,
No, just
Okay.
homesteading with my family.
Well, the way you took care of that captain and that with his ears hanging around your chest, I thought maybe.
It was for the betterment of the crew, for the greater
All right,
good.
so well, as I point towards the ship, I'm wondering if it doesn't have something to do with that.
That ship?
Mm-hmm.
Could be. Did he look anything like the person that you saw the night of your watch?
Oh, I didn't see. I just saw a figure. I didn't see any details.
Okay.
I
Gotcha.
mean, it could have been. I have no clue.
All right. Well, I think we just keep an eye out.
Yeah. And keep moving towards that ship. We're here, they're here. Let's hurry up, get to them, and
All right.
so were we interrupted in our sleeping? Was that what was going
No.
on?
It is Friday morning right now,
Okay.
on day 9 of your travels.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't
Okay.
sure.
Well, it's like
Well, in
late
that
morning,
case-
early afternoon, somewhere in that time window. But it's still the first half of the day when this
Yeah.
happened. So, the
Yes.
next question is, what's everybody doing for the day?
Steering the boat.
Are we doing that morning group thing before we?
So
I
that's
think we
what.
already did it.
Yeah,
You had
that's
already done it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then, yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, no. All the morning stuff had been taken care of prior to that happening.
Okay. Well then, I'm just gonna stand on the bow and watch that ship.
Okay.
As long as we keep going towards it, then
Are you gonna use the spyglass, or are you just gonna look?
I don't have a spyglass.
The ship does.
I mean, yeah, if they want to loan it to me.
Okay.
I'm eager to go find this thing.
It's on the ground right by Silt, but on the map as far as being able to actually physically see it. But yeah, no, you guys got a spyglass for the ship. So go ahead and make me a perception check and give it a +5. That'll be for your general keeping an eye on it throughout the day. And if anything changes, any new information, I'll let you know as it happens. What's everyone else up to? At some point post-combat here, Pearl would come up to you, Silt, and do her, "Oh my god, are you okay? Is it okay if I help you a little bit?"
She's gonna get a snarled face. I don't feel like dealing with it right now.
Oh, well, I was just gonna heal you a little bit, but okay. And she'll walk away. I can feel Pam glaring at me from the other room right now.
I am gonna go over here and just kind of watch the ocean and, you know, see if any more of those water elementals pop up anywhere.
All right. Go ahead and make a perception check. We all know what Odess is doing down in the good old Jack Shack. Was there anything you were actually doing in there, Brad?
Oh yeah, my perception is shite tonight.
Okay.
Let me go check on him.
Kit's gonna hang out with Silt. Probably
Didn't realize
gonna.
I was muted. My bad.
Okay. Silt is gonna sing a little, like, calming song. And, as the song ends, that last word, she'll throw in a 3rd level healing word for you, Silt. Yeah, it's a nice little, kind of romantic, but not really sort of tune. Give you a little extra, because I know how Max is running things. Brad, you up to anything?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I was having some technical difficulties there for a second.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out the. I'll
If you
send you what I'm
I was
checking
going to
out.
say, if you don't want to say it out loud, send me a text.
I'll send you a whisper real quick.
All right, so me and Brad will do that offline. Taddy, you were going to say something?
Yeah. Air Genasi. Right? That's what's on that ship?
You are only aware that it is an air nomadic tribe.
Okay.
Unless I'm forgetting a note that I
Okay.
gave Katie last week, because she has a little bit of familiarity with them.
Nope, there were no notes about race.
Okay.
Okay. Is that a race I'd be familiar with? Being from with my Fae background and all that fun stuff?
Make a history check.
13?
You've heard rumors of them existing on the oceans somewhere, but a Genasi has never come to Haven. So
Okay.
all you know is that they exist somewhere in the ocean.
So I don't know what they look like.
Correct.
That's where I'm going with this. I want to know if I know what they look like. Okay.
Can I roll to see if I know anything about them?
You know a little bit about them. You know that they are based off different elements, that they are humanoid, and that it's a 50-50 split on whether or not they're going to be friendly.
Cool.
I whispered you back, Brad.
Yeah, I got you. I'm typing back right now.
Anybody else up to anything? Type faster, Brad.
Hanging
I'm
out,
running out of time
think
for
about
us
things.
here. Okay.
I mean, I'll go fishing if you need a time filler.
Brad, make an investigation check.
Ignore that. That meant to be a whisper, but
Is it a survival roll for fishing?
Yes.
uh, uh that would land right on that fucking line.
That. Okay, so a couple things happened to you, Brad. Your fishing is fun, Gallon. You catch a couple of small, like sardine-sized fish. Nothing worth keeping.
I toss it back. It was just for fun.
So, Brad, you look over the items. You don't identify anything like symbol-wise or anything other than what I'm texting you right now.
Okay.
When you cast that spell, a number of things happens. Give me a second, I'll tell you what those things are. Both the items you listed show off an enchantment spell. Enchantment class, School of Magic.
Okay.
And with that spell lasting for 10 minutes, you kind of glance around. All of those other things you have, I'll send you a message to clarify. They all have the same school of magic, except all but one of them are faded, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And I think you know what I mean by why they're faded.
Yep.
But there is that one that you have that is not. And of course, up above you on the deck, you can pretty much tell where everybody is, including Chest Rock, because everybody has at least one item on them that glows in their various schools. But if you want more detail about that, you'd have to go up top and ask.
Yeah. Not too worried about that. Which one is glowing? Out of curiosity.
You mean, which one's got the bright glow?
Yeah.
That is the the large tome.
Oh, okay. I figured that might be the one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Did you want to do anything with that, or are you gonna leave it as is, or text me? Your choice.
I might text you in a bit. For now,
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it as.
All right. Just let me know in the next 30 seconds.
Yeah, I got you.
Because then we're gonna go do something else. All right. So you spend some time down there doing that. Everybody up top is taking a look. The day goes on. And as the day goes on, you get closer and closer to the ship. Taddy, with your perception check, which was a 23, as the ship gets closer, you can tell it's not as big as you initially thought based off the distance. It's maybe twice the size of the ship you're all on, which isn't unheard of, but it's fairly rare. Between storms and large monsters, the larger ships tend to be slower and go down to the drink quicker. But yeah, you guys spend the day just getting closer to the ship and maintaining your heading. And we come upon evening time. Now, when evening time hits, by best guess, you're about an hour away from the ship. Does anybody want to do anything, make any preparations? Of course, Pearl has to do her navigation check. Or no, she
Can
doesn't, because you're staying aimed at the ship.
Can I roll some heal dice? Treat the last 4 hours as a short rest.
You absolutely can. Odess, if you want to do that as well. You took a little bit of damage.
We get those
But
back at a long rest, right?
You get half of them back per long rest. It's like right now you have 5. You'll get 2 of them back on your next long rest. Alright. Not looking too shabby. At some point, Pearl's just gonna walk by and like tap you on the shoulder, Silt.
Uh-huh.
And she'll come down and say hi to you, Odess. And ask if you need a little extra help. And offers her hand to you.
I'm going to say thank you, but no thank you.
She just kind of stands there with her hand out. With, like, puppy dog eyes. Like, I really want to help.
Fine. I'll take her hand.
You'll feel some life flow back into you. Top you off. And she'll go back up top. Anybody else got anything else to do? Preparations? It's going to be dark here in about 30 minutes. And you're heading towards the ship.
Do I get my spell slot back since it was a short rest?
You do. Here, I'll just click short rest for you, Silt.
Okay. Thanks.
I forgot you were a warlock for a second there. There you go.
Thank you. Look at me remembering things.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, does anyone in the group, I'll go around asking people this, but does anyone have powdered corn extract that they don't need? And a twisted loop of parchment that they don't need?
I'll tear like a teeny tiny. Well, what do I have? What do I have that's actually parchment? Let's see.
You could tear off like an edge of parchment without damaging whatever you have and give it to her.
Are any of the books I have parchment?
I mean, in this day and age, anything that has paper in it is considered parchment.
Oh, perfect. Then I'll tear off a little bit of a page of one of the books Caddy gave me, and twist it, and then hand it to her.
Thanks, Silt. And then I'm just gonna like skip off.
Make sure you add that to your components pouch.
Will do. Except I don't even know where that is.
You might not have an actual components pouch, but just put it in your
My
inventory.
items. Yeah, that's fine.
You do have a component pouch, actually. You just don't have things in it like you do with the backpack. So-
Look, my backpack's a mess. Okay.
It's all good.
Nothing's
It's all good.
organized.
Anybody doing anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna head downstairs. I don't know why I moved myself there, but yeah. And let's put my ring back on.
Okay.
We'll use Ted.
I'm gonna change into my other clothes and get my wine sack out of my chest.
When you say change into your other clothes,
Hmm.
what are you talking about?
My set of clothes, fine.
Okay. Are
Fine
you leaving your
clothes.
Are you leaving your armor on? You just putting
I'll,
that over it, or what are you doing there?
no, I'll put the chain shirt, the fancy whatever I'm wearing, mithril armor, whatever it is, back over it.
Okay. Well, you don't know it's mithril or not. You just know it's a very graceful chain shirt.
Without, okay, above table.
If I remember correctly,
I
in
made an
game
assumption.
you think it's mithril, but you don't know for sure.
Okay.
Okay. Last call for alcohol. Anybody else? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Nobody's even impressed with my threads.
Do I recognize her armor?
No, the armor's the same. The clothes I'm wearing are different. They're
The
not
clothes look very nice. It's like a Sunday casual compared to a medieval commoner that she was wearing.
Gotcha. You know, as gal, I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm not impressed by many shiny things.
Pearl will probably hit you with the, "Oh my god, you look so pretty."
That's accurate, I think.
Jacob, I'm gonna throw that one thing on. Why not?
Text me which one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty tight ring there, bud. Might cut off the circulation. Be careful.
Yeah.
If the map just went dark for you, it's because I changed it to nighttime. So if you can't see, that's your problem. Just waiting on Brad real quick.
So we could light
There you
some
go.
lanterns or something.
Okay, Brad, just go ahead and unequip the original one you had on and equip that one.
Okay.
You know how to do it, right? Was that a yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Do I need to unequip both of those or just the one?
So you unequip the one you had on,
Okay.
and then equip the one you want to put on.
Got it. No, I just gotta find it. Okay. Where's the other one at? Alright, there we go. That should be right.
Give me a second, just let me double check. Are you taking your original armor with you still?
I will put that. I'm gonna swap them places where they are on my inventory.
Oh, it's in your bag. Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Yeah, god damn it. I just walked out of the damn room. Hold on. 2 seconds. Putting this thing in reverse. I knew this was gonna bite me in the ass. That's what I get.
Nothing happens.
Okay. I don't learn anything about it or anything.
Not right away.
Okay, cool. That is all I am doing. Well, wrap
Okay.
myself up in my cloak and go to sleep.
All right. You begin sailing into the evening. Just a second, I'm grabbing stuff, doing like 5 different things here.
As we get closer to the ship, I'm gonna motion
Mhm.
Chestrock over to me as well.
Okay. Yeah, you were, by best guess, an hour away from the ship.
Okay.
As you motion over, it goes, more light.
I don't need the light, but when we come upon this ship, would you like to maybe stick by me? We want to make a good impression, and I think you make a good impression.
Yeah, I'd absolutely like to stay with you. You know, that last time we had somebody on the ship, it was kind of rough, and I don't really like the rough things, but, you know, I'm here. If you need light, I got you.
We might need light, and if things start to look like they're gonna go south again, I'll let you know so you can get away.
Sounds good. All right. Everybody on deck, make a perception check for me at disadvantage. Well, at disadvantage. All right. Pearl is going to point up off the side of the ship she's on, and Gallon, you will see this as soon as she points and says what she's gonna say. And she goes, guys, there's a ship coming towards us. It's not the big one, it's a little one. And Gallon, as you look, you can see like a little rowboat-sized ship, you know, big enough for like 3 or 4 people to sit in with no supplies. Just gently floating towards the ship. It's about 500 feet away right now.
Who's got the spyglass?
Taddy.
And Tanny.
I put it back. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay.
So,
So I have-
so you do then.
Okay, then I'll look
Okay.
at it.
Just for shits and giggles, give another perception at disadvantage. Okay. Following the direction that Pearl's finger is pointing, you look up and see the ship. And on the ship, you would recognize that there are Genasi on board of it.
Okay. And I'd know what those are.
You are familiar with Genasi. You're not familiar with like the sub races.
Mhm.
You just know that there's typically blue, brown, and red ones, and that
So I've
some of the blue ones are one direction and some of them are another direction. Above table, the air and the water Genasi are both bluish or pale
Mhm.
bluish, but without actually knowing, you don't really know. And then the red ones are fire and the brown ones are earth. But
I've never met these before.
you've seen them before. You've just never interacted with them directly. Hi, Max.
Hello.
But you
I
do
don't
recognize.
recognize like their ship or them as individuals.
No, you do not. You just see that there are 3 blue Genasi on board coming towards you.
Okay. Well, it looks like a scouting ahead party or whatever you call it on a boat. Above table.
Still a party, I believe.
So to
Yeah.
catch you up really quick, Max, you burned all your 3rd level spell slots healing Silt because she was getting fucked up. And beat the Myrmidon. And now it is nighttime, and there is a small ship of blue Genasis, so either air or water, slowly hovering down towards your ship. And that's where we're at. Alright, what's everyone doing?
I'm gonna wait until they get into range to greet.
I'm gonna go down and let the other 2 know that, like, hey, we're about to make contact.
Actually, can we? I'm gonna. When I saw them, I would immediately ask for the sails to be raised and the anchor to be dropped.
Okay. I'd say Kit and Gallon would have taken care of that, no issues.
Okay.
And then I'm still gonna go down and let them know, like, hey, we're about to make contact. There's a small floating rowboat with some blue Genasi on them. And see if they're eventually gonna come up. But I just didn't want them to be surprised.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm waiting.
You waiting below deck or
Yeah.
Brad?
I'll go above deck, I guess.
Go ahead and move yourself wherever you want to be. All right. Short time passes, a couple minutes, and the rowboat comes and pulls up, hovering alongside your ship. And sure enough, they're all gonna look the same, just deal with it. I'm not getting a different token for every fucking NPC. You see 3 Genasi on it. And one of them steps to the side and permission to come aboard. His voice has wisps on the end of each word.
Greetings, Genasi. Permission granted.
Thank you. Quite the vessel.
Oh, well, thank you.
My name
It's
is
a maiden
Comes.
voyage.
Ah, I love maiden voyages. My name is Comes. Don't even start, Mike and Brad. I know where your brains went. K-O-M-S. Comes.
If you say so.
All right, you know what? Hold on.
It's
I'm
great. I
gonna
love
change
it. Keep going.
Nope. His
That's
name
what
now
she said.
is Diem.
BM these nuts.
My name is Diem. What brings you to these waters? We don't get many visitors.
We are searching for. Give me a second while I look for his name.
His friend's name isn't Per, is it?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
Per
You'll
diem.
see. You'll find out.
Per diem.
The other name is Carpe.
Right.
Gallon, do you have the name of the person with the air nomads that we're looking for.
So you all have copies of the job, so you would know that the person's name is Eveline.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I just couldn't find it in my notes.
Not a problem.
We are searching for Eveline.
And what you
Can I
require
pick
with
up
this
on-
Eveline? Sorry, go
to-
ahead, Mike.
Can I peek up on deck and take a look at these guys?
Are you just like popping up for a look and then
Double-
popping right back down?
Yeah, well, I mean, I want to get a good look at them, but I don't want them to see me.
Okay.
So whether through the grates in the middle of the boat or the hatch at the steps, whatever,
Yeah.
however I could do it stealthily.
Just go ahead and make a stealth check.
Brad, do you want to throw up that job number 4, on the chat one more time?
Yeah, I can do that for
I
you.
bet he does.
Appreciate it.
As soon as you pop
Yeah,
your
don't-
head up,
Don't swallow the paperwork.
as soon as you pop your head up to take a look, both Diem and one of the other Genasi in the boat lock eyes with you, and are now just staring at you.
What does Taddy look like right now?
Okay, I'll slide back down. Ted.
Okay.
Diem will turn back to you, Silton. You have a nervous crew member, or is there something I need to worry about as he kind of like takes a half step backwards towards his ship?
He is not only a nervous crew member, but entirely useless for sailing.
Okay. Anyways, I believe we were discussing what brings you to the area.
Yes. We're looking for Eveline to finish. To help catalyze a trade between. Is Evelina to catalyze a trade between them and a tinkerer on the mainland named Gistra.
The name Gistra does sound familiar. Of course, your faces aren't familiar to me. You'll have to meet our leader before you're allowed to venture around our home, but you are welcome to come and meet our leader.
We would very much like to do that.
Understood. Who amongst you is the navigator?
I'll motion toward Pearl.
She'll step up. He reaches into his pack and pulls out a map and goes, okay, so you're here and you're going to need to follow the ship and we'll have a light, but you're going to this is your heading. This is the way you're going to go in case, you lose us. He just has like a brief conversation real quick with her. And I will update your position on the map there. Now that he has confirmed where you are. He goes, all right. As I informed your navigator, we will light a lantern off the back of our ship. Just follow us. It'll be a short ride, less than an hour. And when we get there, we'll come back down with other vessels similar to this one and bring you aboard.
Look forward to it, Ian.
We'll see you soon. And you see the ship leave and take off. And Pearl will come over and start like getting the ship heading set. And maybe 10-15 minutes after the Genasi all left, you see a very small ping of light in the sky, which lights up the back of a ship just a little bit. And it slowly starts moving.
Raise the anchor and drop the sails. And then I'll call Ted?
I pop my head up. Yeah.
Ted, you're making the Genasi nervous.
And that's my fault. Why?
Can you just not try? Can you try not to look sneaky? Can you just look like you belong here? And you're not trying to steal anything from them? Give them a good hard stare.
Say so.
Thank you, Ted.
What kind of family names their kid Denim?
Who's Denim?
That guy that was talking to Captain over here.
Genasi are they're different folks.
I love how the one with
Weird.
the country accent thinks the name Denim is weird.
Well.
just saying.
So I got a good look at these guys, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Think I could try and recreate it with my ring?
Make an insight check on that.
And if he can he have a whole Power Rangers transformation scene and do a different character? Because that's so funny.
Love it.
It's hilarious.
21 for insight.
All right. You will be able to. I will work on it. Give me a second. Do you have a name you want to go by?
Thank you. Not yet. I can add it later.
Come on.
All right.
Definitely not going to be cum. I know that much.
It was meant to be more of like a Combs, but it was too close.
Mm. Yep.
All right. Anybody got anything they want to do while I'm setting up this token real quick?
I'll just remind everybody about, it's a monarchy type of culture. They inherit their leadership that can also be taken by violence or persuasion. And they're simple but brutal in their dealings.
They'll be on your best behavior.
And I will nod. And look at Taddy.
I'm gonna look at Pearl.
Yeah, I will also look at Pearl.
Gal's gonna look at everybody and be like, what the fuck is everyone looking around at everybody else for? Like, she's just gonna follow suit.
Your token should be set up there, Mike.
Sure looks like it. Thank you.
That was quick. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything else while you guys are traveling?
Or
All right. So you follow that ship in the sky for an hour or so, roughly. It's not a long voyage, but it's enough time that any last-minute preparations that you wanted to be made could have been made. And the ship stops, and you stop, and you raise sails. And, 3 of the little lifeboats come sailing back down, each with one Genasi in it. Diem being one of them. He's, all right, we're here. Whoever's coming aboard, get aboard. And Pearl is gonna mouth up and be like, we need someone to stay here, and I know how to steer, so I'll drop the anchor and stay with the ship.
I'll nod to her. That seems like a good call.
Well, that
It's a call to say.
No one else
Solve
I'd want to
that.
trust the boat with.
They
Plus, if I go crazy up there, it bad.
Yes. Stay here. Bite yourself if you go crazy.
you said there, you said that I'm making them nervous. Maybe I should wait here.
I'll call up to Diem. Would you prefer to leave the nervous one on the boat as well?
It's not for me to say. Our leader will make that decision if she thinks you're a nervous-looking type. She's very intuitive when it comes to people trying to keep secrets.
Okay. You better come with, Ted.
That being said, you should not keep secrets from her. Just a heads up.
Don't intend to. All right.
Anybody else staying behind, or just Pearl? Pearl does have 2 days worth of blood. Just a heads up.
I'll ask Chestrock if he wants to come or go. Stay or
That
go.
is that's entirely up to you. I mean, do you want me to come with? I could be useful. I'm pretty
I'd
good,
love for you to come
and
with.
I'd love to see new things. I mean,
And we need to keep pretty quiet though, unless I tell you. Is that okay?
yeah, no, fine. I'll keep quiet.
All right. Let's go see what new and interesting things are aboard.
Everybody getting aboard.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Yep.
Your
Yep.
I'm gonna give
So-
the best a look, like, keep your eye on Patty and your hand if you need to.
Brad, make an insight check. You understood what she meant?
What'd you say?
It's a look that says keep your eye on Patty and your hand if you need to.
Oh, okay.
All right. So you all get aboard these lifeboats, and they take you up into the sky. In doing so, you go past their ship, which about twice your size, on the deck of which you can see a number of Genasi, about 10 or so, all doing, routine sailing duties that you're semi-familiar with. But the ship keeps climbing, and it goes up through the clouds. And when you come out the other side of the clouds, you see something the likes of which none of you, including you, Silt, have ever seen before. You see the bottom of 6 large ships, all connected by docks. Those 6 large ships have 4 somewhat smaller ships, roughly the same size of yours, connected on the outside of them. And scattered throughout all of these large ships, which are interconnected with docks, rope bridges, there's a number of smaller ships, similar to the one that you're on, some a little bigger, some a little smaller. It is truly a spectacle. But eventually, give me 1 second, I'll transition maps here. Eventually, they dock on the outside of the ship. So just imagine from this map, you saw the bottom of all these ships, interconnected like a flying city.
Cool.
It's impressive.
But eventually you land up on one edge, And DM, who is with you, says, "All right, follow me. Don't stray. And remember, be honest." And he begins to walk through. Is everybody following? Is anybody doing anything else in this exact moment?
I am following.
Yeah, I'm
Following.
following. I'm trying to get this shit done.
Also follow me. Are there people around me?
I will describe that as we walk, and if you want to
Cool,
change
cool.
your mind from what you're doing, you just let me know.
I'm following the back of the pack.
Okay.
I'm eyeballing things, looking
Becca?
for.
Yep. Nope. Just following.
Okay. So you pass through that first ship. The first ship looks like a water collection system. There's a large tent with barrels all around it so that when it rains, the water flows off the tarp into the barrels. And there are a number of other barrels underneath the tarp, all filled with what look to be water. The ship itself is empty of people. You get to the second ship, and as you pass through it, there's now a cluster of genasi. Some blue, some red, some brown. And for the first time in your life, Silt, you see green genasi. But not like plant green, like aqua green, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And they all kind of part and look at you. You notice off to walking south would be your left, a old gnomish lady sitting underneath her tarp, pruning some plants. She looks up, sees you, smiles, waves a little bit, and then goes back to her work.
Gal waves back.
And you all continue on. As you pass through the central ship, you notice underneath this tent is a large opening, not unlike the one on your guys' ship for loading cargo using your pulley in and out of the hold. When you look down in the hold, though, you see a large open area surrounded by like a rope railing, and there are blood splatters all around this open area in the center of what would be the cargo hold. And as you step up to the main deck in front of you, you see a blue-skinned genasi, very elderly. Most of them have white hair. Her hair has transitioned into a deep silver, but still with the wisps of white. She has scars and markings everywhere on the visible aspects of her skin. And she looks old, like getting ready to go old. And as you step up, DM bows. "Majesty Misty, these ones request an audience."
I will
And he's-
bow when he does.
And he steps to the side.
Gal's gonna like do a awkward like pause after Silt bows and just kind of like, oh shit, like, and then start bowing.
If you would
Not
like
not well.
if you would like your tokens to be placed somewhere specific, go ahead and move them. Take the moment now to do so.
I'm assuming we're all still down here.
I mean, you can be wherever you want to be. So
Yep.
up
that's,
the stairs, there's maybe 5 feet to where her quote unquote throne is, and she is currently seated in that.
Yep, we'll stay down below her level for now.
Okay. Anybody else want to move their tokens? Just Rock will be right next to you, Silt.
Oh,
So you see Madame Misty kind of sit up straight and, do like the back stretch thing a little bit. And stretch out the old bones and welcome to the Northern Air Nomads. What is your desire for being here?
I will say, Your Majesty, Misty, we are searching for a hang on,
goblin.
a western goblin, a goblin from the western tribe named Eveline, who has done business with a tinkerer on Haven, that we are trying to expedite the trade that they have made and collect the components that Eveline has for Gistra the tinkerer.
Gistra. It has been... She kind of looks over at DM for a moment and goes, 2 years? 3? I think closer to 3 years since I have seen Gistra. How fair is she?
Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
She just asked how Gistra's doing.
Oh, she is keeping very busy.
That's good. She always was a busybody. You know something's wrong when she's not keeping busy.
Chuckle a little bit.
So you seek Eveline and tell
Yes.
me of your intentions with Miss Eveline.
Only to collect the components that were part of the deal, the trade deal with Gistra, to get them back to Gistra more quickly. We have been tasked by her to do this.
I see. It's at this point she stands up. Slowly, but everybody make an insight check.
Oof.
Everyone except for Kit and Sil. You can tell that although she moves like an old lady, she's still got spunk in her. And if she needed to, she could go. But she stands up and she takes a step forward to the railing, and she takes a moment and kind of scans over the group before pointing a finger at Tatty. You. We do not like betrayals in our city, and that is not your true form. Revert yourself immediately or suffer the consequences.
I just look at her and, lady, nobody sees the true me but me.
She goes to take a step down the stairs. You are new here, so I will give you one more opportunity. She's standing kind of shoulder to shoulder to Silt now. Just, this is your last chance. Reveal your true self, or your entire crew will suffer.
This is a persuasion roll for Tatty, that I can say Tatty, or Ted, or whatever. Tatty, I suggest you do as she asks.
I specifically asked not to come up here so that I would not rile up anybody. This is what I do. This is how I travel.
Can he show himself really quickly and then like put his thing back on, like his thing back on, and then we can all just like close our eyes so we don't see him?
I mean, you all know what
Spent the
Taddy
last
looks
week.
like.
Yeah, I couldn't say. I spent the last week without my disguise on. Nobody noticed. But
Sure, I know like what Teddy looks like most of the time.
So what are you doing right now, Taddy?
looking around, gauging. Am I gonna try and not be persuaded?
Yeah, go. I mean, really, the only thing with you can choose not to listen to her persuasion,
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are friends, so you're not like. Given your nature and what you've established Taddy as, you're basically in a fuck that shit. You basically have a fuck that shit feat. That's the best way I can describe it. So it's entirely up to you. But at this point, you can tell that at least Silt is very. Do it.
Well, I will look at them since they're standing next to each other and let my eyes start back and forth and say, "This is my nature. You're really going to deny me my nature? This is the true me, in a disguise. I always travel in disguise. You act like, if I drop my disguise, then I'd be lying to you."
I'll look over at her and say, he does always travel in disguise. It is kind of like clothes for him.
I care not of his nature, I care of his actual face. We have many enemies here in the open.
I'll look back at Taddy and say, well, she has a point there too.
Like, Taddy, are you gonna do it or not? Like, if you're not, then I'm gonna politely ask that I escort you back to our boat so that there's no more issues. I'm not trying to pick a fight with these guys right off the bat. I just want to get this shit done. What are we gonna do?
You just want to see me? Can I travel with it on after you see me?
That will depend upon which face you reveal to me. She's now stepped past Silt and is standing like 3 feet away from you.
I am going to hold my ring, slide it off long enough for it to dissipate, at least off my face, I'm hoping, and then just slide it back on.
Okay. Make a... Make a dexterity saving throw.
Right.
As you go to slide it on, she like just puts her hand up between your finger and the ring, blocking, and goes, "A moment," and stares at you, tilts her head to the side, just kind of looks you up and down, and then takes her hand away and goes, "Thank you. You may resume your nature," and steps back up to her, to the upper deck. Well, now that that is out of the way, thank you for your follow-up honesty. The one you seek is present. Although it is the middle of the night, I would presume her to be asleep. You are welcome to stay as my guests until morning, when she awakens and begins her duties for the day. If this is acceptable to you, sleeping arrangements and food will be made, and I shall see you in the morning. Otherwise, you shall be returned to your ship forthwith.
Very well, thank you.
Well,
Thank
I'll be
you.
honest. I'm going to take you up on that offer because, yeah, we got to get this done.
Yeah, I'm assuming Taddy's going back to the ship, but I'll stay.
Nah, hell, I'm here now.
You're good
I'm in
now?
it.
Okay.
I'm in it
All
to
right.
win it.
Very well. Present yourselves in the morning. I'll have breakfast with you. We'll call it payment for passage. Fill me in on the goings-ons of the world.
Would love to.
DM, give them their arrangements for the evening. With all due respect, we will have guards posted. Bear not to wander. And she steps back up to sit, and DM steps forward and goes, right this way, please. Kind of like, excuse me.
Oh,
Look, trying to get past me, Denim.
He went the other way. But he does take you down through this way and up over to here. Passing through that other ship, you see a number of other Genasi. You have only, with the exception of that gnome, you have only seen Genasi up to this point. But more of them stand there watching, looking to see what goes on. And when he takes you below deck, bear with me. To the right of the map, you'll see a now new map has been, our new section of the map rather, has been revealed. But the section he takes you down into has a number of crates of sealed bottles and a number of crates of fish. I think that's
are there any
everybody.
like buckets or barrels of just water?
There are not.
Before he leaves, I'll ask him if he wouldn't mind if I could have a bucket of fresh water.
Of course, I will have one brought to you. But he shows you through to the back room here, where there are 6 hammocks. So each of you can pick one respectively, or stand, sit, whatever. Chest Rock is going to set up in the corner immediately.
They are big enough to hold me, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
If I have to sleep on the floor, I'm just going back to the ship.
DM will say good evening as 3 Genasi show up. They don't come in there. They can't see you. They are on the other side of a wall. But they are there. And one of them brings a bucket of water for you, Silt.
Thank you.
And that will be evening. Is there anything anybody wants to do before you guys turn in for the night?
Nope.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention also. To the right, as you walked in, so this way, you didn't see anything but another hold. You probably actually saw a little bit of that rope netting that you saw from above. And to the other side, the hold of that ship is just filled with lumber. All right. Anybody got anything before 9 nights?
Ooh.
I'm going to sleep. Say my prayer.
9 nights for Gal.
Sleep with a dagger in my hand.
I just imagine it's like his comfort dagger. Not really like a super sharp one, but like just like a comfort dagger.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Well, with that, everybody will complete a long rest. And that will bring us to morning. Whether you're... Well, so go ahead and do your rolls for the day.
Also, just above table so we don't forget, can you mark a dash on the Lost Seas map for the next day?
Mhm. Yes, I can. Thank you for reminding me.
Yep.
Dang. I wish I had like super intelligence or something on a 20. That would be cool.
So you take care of all your morning business, Silt.
Mhm.
Whether you're awake or asleep is irrelevant. At some point, DM will come and knock on the door. And then step in, and the madam awaits you for breakfast. If you'll follow me, please. And kind of steps back but leaves the door open. Is anybody not getting up and following him?
I'm going to follow one.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Wing.
All right.
Yeah, I'll follow the back of the pack.
Just keep shifting tokens. This is what my life has become. Just moving tokens for other people. Sorry.
Well, you didn't tell us where to shift them, or we would have.
No, because I have to shift them because there's a wall in between you guys. All right. So DM brings you all back up to the top deck where you met Madame Misty the night before. There is now a circular table which she offers for you all to sit around, upon which there is a plethora of food. On top of fish, you can see... Bear with me just a moment. Why do I not have better notes? There's a pot of a creamy mash of some sort. There are some green and purple round things that none of you have ever seen before that are small, like maybe the size of the tip of your thumb. There are some roughly fist-size green and red things. Some oval-shaped brown items that are steaming. As well as fish and some bread works. Different types of rolls and such. She goes, please, help yourselves. As she reaches forward, she grabs one of those brown oval things and takes a bite out of it. And you can see the center is a orange color.
Gal.
So-
Oh.
Go ahead. No,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was gonna say, no, if we're just gonna like eat things that we don't know what they are, Gal's gonna casually like keep her eye on Misty and kind of just like eat what Misty eats.
Okay. Brad, I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw. Sorry. Thank you for reminding.
And then she's gonna say thank you to Her Majesty.
Brad, you do learn of that armor, so it becomes identified for you. But nothing else happens to you.
Okay.
So you can open that up and read it now.
Gotcha.
All right. Throughout the course of the meal, Misty will go through a little bit of everything. But really, the only things on the table you're familiar with are bread and fish. But she does ask, what are the goings-ons of the world in Haven?
Nice. Can we just make like small talk conversation?
Well, the real question is, do you fill her in truthfully and fully? I mean, we don't have to actually have the conversation for brevity's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know if you're being truthful or not. That's huge. And then if you're telling her everything or if you're leaving things out, that
Well, I'm
kind of
gonna
goes for
ask
everybody.
her first how long it's been since she has been
Oh.
updated.
I believe Gistra 3 years ago was the last time I spoke to anybody from Haven.
Okay, so I will be truthful, and I will color the conversation with how bad it is politically.
Yes, it wasn't much better. When I spoke to Gistra last.
Yeah, I'll tell her how it's been bad like that since X number of years that DM knows that I don't know above table. When the last family was overthrown by the current ruling class.
Do with that what you will, Mike. Yes, it sounds about right. Any other goings-ons? Any big political shifts?
I'm going to look at Kit, not in a, oh shit, do we want to talk about this, but as like an invitation to mention anything.
It will speak up and say, my uncle, who was the throneman at the time, did get his life taken, and now there's a new throneman that I have not met, nor do I wish to meet.
I am terribly sorry for your loss. My understanding is the throneman is a position that shifts rapidly based on the desired prestige of somebody that somebody desires. And you would know that to be pretty accurate, that, the throneman position is taken by violence or natural death, so sometimes there's long stretches of the same throneman, and sometimes it's a very short series of multiple thronemans.
And then I will, after it's sort of, I'll say perhaps there's change on the horizon, change for the better, with sort of a deeper meaning behind it, not just a nice thing to say.
Yes, we can all hope so. Bear with me. There's some under the scene stuff going on.
Above table, I'm trying not to ask so many questions, but I'm also trying to just shut my mouth.
You can ask questions if you want to. That would be a perfect time filler than the long silence while I'm typing something.
Cool. So I'm gonna like cautiously kind of look at Her Majesty Misty and say, you mentioned many enemies before. Do you mind telling me what kind of enemies you have? Perhaps we have some in common.
Probably the same enemies anybody has at sea. Pirates, creatures. Every once in a while we do catch a good spy from Haven trying to infiltrate and absorb us.
Interesting. Any I don't know, Abishai by chance?
Abishai are a scourge upon the sea. They do not belong in this realm. Killed more than my fair share during the Multiplanar War 100 years ago.
Oh, excellent. We're friends. I like you.
I figured that didn't have to be a whisper.
But none of it's whispered. It's a nice breakfast conversation.
So no. Might there be any clerics amongst your group or religious folks?
Of course there's a cleric amongst our group. That's who you're here to see. I figured you would at least know the details about the person that you seek.
My brain doesn't always function on 100%, so there's a very good chance that I missed that part, so that's on me.
You didn't miss that part. You had no idea.
Well, that's good to know.
Eveline doubles as both our blacksmith and our local cleric, assisting us in all things of both departments.
Taddy would speak up and say, you know, you hunt truth. The truth is, we were handed a piece of paper that said, go see this person, get this shit, and bring it back. We have no clue who that is other than the information they gave us on the sheet.
That's fair enough. As long as you are honest and forthcoming, you will have no issues here. And obviously mean no harm to me or my city. Anybody else have any questions or anything they want to ask other than, you know, the random small talk that carries on?
Oh, I'm happy with the conversation.
Oh, you all... Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I look at Her Majesty Misty like bright-eyed and just like looking at her like she's a hero.
After like the 4th or 5th time you refer to her as Majesty, she reaches over and touches your forearm and goes, "It's Madam. I'm not a Majesty."
Oh, sorry.
It's a distinct difference, dear.
I just heard the DM call you a Majesty, and I just thought that was the proper title.
It's quite all right. Quite all right. But you all continue breakfast and eat your fair share of whatever you want to eat. No issues with any of that. If you guys are kind of following...
I do have one question.
Yeah.
There's someone who's below on our ship. Do you mind if I take some provisions for her?
We'll be happy to send a day's pack back with you, but if you desire more, we have some for sale. Just seek Hesub on the eastern ship. She's the little gnome girl you probably saw as you came in. I shouldn't say girl, she's probably 5 times my age. But yes, if you wish to purchase some rations, just go talk to Hesub. She'd be happy to.
This was just such a lovely spread. I didn't want her to miss out on this.
Of course, of course.
Lovely meal.
With that, she'll kind of hold up her handkerchief and wipe her mouth and stand up and goes, well, I have some business that needs attending to. Just remember, harm none, hide none, and you'll be just fine. Believe I can trust all of you. Feel free to move about the ship freely. Just know that you'll be watched, whether you think so or not. And her and DM will exit stage right. Oh, they will mention that Eveline is in the southeasternmost ship, past Hasurb. So you'll have to go past the gnome to get to the goblin. There's still food left on the table if you want to grab the scraps. Callan.
Pearl wasn't like trying this new food.
Just in your inventory, put Air Nomad food, 1 ration. Just so we know what
honestly,
it is.
that's what she gets for not being here.
She had to
Damn.
stay on the boat.
Well, she is here, but she's got a
Yes.
friend in town, so she's paying attention. So she's being a good friend, sitting in the living room.
I'm just saying, we could have had a guest player.
Could have, but she didn't want to. No, I can hear Pam yelling at me every once in a while. But okay. So
Love
you
that she's having
guys, you guys would know that you need to go to this ship down here to find Eveline. And obviously Hasurb is where her token is. So you have free reign of the ship. You can move about, ask about, do about. Being that it is now morning, there are a lot of Genasi, probably 50 or so moving around the ships. One thing of note, you'll see these decks right here. These are upper planks that go from top deck to top deck, and then there's these ones here. Those go from lower deck to lower deck. Just for reference. But you guys have free reign of the ship and may move about as you please.
Shall we go talk to Eveline?
By the way, the white creamy mash was mashed potatoes. The brown oval thing that was orange in the center was a baked sweet potato. The green and purple thumb-sized things were grapes. And then the green and red fist-sized things were apples.
Fun.
Better than fish.
Very much so.
I guess so. Let's go talk to Eveline, and then I guess we should probably peruse the markets.
I would agree with that. Let's go talk to Eveline first.
Can I save some seeds from the fruit? Grapes and apples.
You absolutely can. Roll 2d8. 2d12.
Okay. Nope, that was not 2.
That was a 20.
I like how it just says death.
Yeah.
All right, 1 grape seed and 4 apple seeds. All right, go ahead and move your tokens wherever you guys want to go.
If we're heading towards that ship.
Oh, I thought Eveline was over where we came in, but I guess not.
Nope. Opposite end. South end.
Okay. Then, yeah.
I got you, Max.
Is that like a private chambers?
No, it's just an attached ship.
Okay.
You do have to, as you walk onto Eveline's ship, you don't see Eveline. You do see a cat standing on the table, kind of moving back and forth and doing stretches, and does a soft little meow at you.
Let me pet it. I want a pet.
That being said, none of you know what a cat is. So it's just a four-legged furry thing with a tail.
I want to pet it. Let me pet it.
Does it look similar to Silt?
Oh, yeah, so I guess you kind of
think
do.
so.
You kind of know what a cat is, but not
I'm
really.
just gonna look at it real confused, like, what magic is this?
Max, make a dexterity check.
Is that one of your kind's babies?
Yeah,
That is not what babies look like.
long lost relative of yours or what?
So since we're doing something, I'll move you all up here real quick. Hold on. All right, so Silt's giving it the side eye, and Max goes in to pet it, and almost as soon as you make contact with this cat, it jumps off the counter behind the table, and you see it instantly pop up as Hasur goes, I appreciate it, dearie, but please don't touch me.
No, there was a person behind it. I'm sorry.
No, it's quite alright, it's quite alright, dearie. Oh, it's lovely to see your faces. I haven't seen anything other than Genasi in so long. Not that I don't love being here. I do love being here. It's just nice to see different faces is all. Welcome, welcome. My name is Hasub. I am the local gardener, as you can see, and really the only druid I know of that still exists. Could I care you to peruse what we have to offer? It's not very long. I get to make sales myself. Usually they come back with the order and I just help them load it.
Well,
She literally looks like the token I put there. She's just the sweet old, like, yes, yes, please come, please come.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to like look at these plants that she's growing, poke around in them, and see what kind of thing this is.
I know plants can be quite
Do I have a cat?
weird, but you know, with the right care, they can grow without soil. These are grapes I have growing all around the ship, and below deck I grow the apples and the potatoes, and you know, of course, matched with a nice fish, things turn out well. And of course, the bread that we make is from the potatoes. I'm not sure if you've eaten here yet, but you can also mash them up with a little bit of milk. She side-eyes Kit for a second there, and they make a wonderful mashed potato.
Do we got a tail? Or somebody watching us?
I mean, there's Genasi everywhere.
Okay.
They're all looking at you. So
Okay. Okay.
How does one grow a plant?
well, it starts as a seed, and then it sprouts, and really it's just sunlight and water. Without nutrients, of course, you need fertilizer, but we all produce fertilizer, so that's actually one of the easier, although more disgusting parts of the job. Me personally, I learned some great druidic skills from my mentor. Hopefully, he's still alive. I haven't seen him in probably near 60 or 70 years by now, but I learned a great spell from him that. Oh, and he told me the most wonderful story about this time he took a branch and turned it into an entire tree for one of his friends. It was quite a lovely tale. But yes, I use a little bit of magic to help them along, but it's very doable without the magic, of course.
Interesting.
You know, now that I think about it, I think my mentor was a little crazy.
Why is that?
Well, he used to tell me stories about the most weird things, and then something about being ripped through a void and ending up someplace with a lot of land and creatures from worlds that shouldn't exist, and then time drove on and I met him on the sea.
Like horses?
You know about horses?
Just
used to
a
tell-
little bit.
He
I'd
used
like
to
to know
tell me
more.
stories all the time of these four-legged things they used to ride back and forth across the country. I forget the name of the places that he visited. But he used to tell me such tales about creatures. He even showed me a couple. Being a druid himself, he could shift into some things that, kind of like the thing you just saw now. He showed me that one.
Can you show us a horse?
Oh, my, can I, dearie? And you see her just in the blink of an eye shift to a horse.
I'll be jumping back a little bit because that is
One of your phobias.
startling.
She'll stay like that for 15, 20 seconds. You all get a good look at what a horse is. And then she'll shift back to herself. She goes, yes, that is, according to him at least, what a horse is.
Fascinating. And what was the small one that you were?
Oh, he called it a kitty cat.
Yeah.
They kind of resemble you. I mean, no offense, of course, but, you know, if you got down on all fours like I was, striking resemblance, if not a very difference in size.
It's interesting.
Yes, he says he used to go into one of the kitty cats so he could sneak around and people would see him but not pay any mind because they were just everywhere where he came from. Again, crazy because the only time I've ever seen one was when him or I shifted into one.
Druids sound fascinating. Fascinating people you must be.
Oh, we're no more fascinating than any other type of person, but we do have our tricks just like everybody else.
Well, it was lovely to meet you, sir.
Of course. Were you interested in any of the fruits that I bear?
I am not, but perhaps my associates are.
Kit interrupts you and says, what was your mentor's name? And she goes, oh, my mentor, his name was Bala. Quite a strong, straggly fellow. Apparently he's been alive for a very, very long time, although he appears human.
Where do you find him? Where does he live?
I haven't seen him in probably 60 or 70 years. I longed for other people in society and helping others, and he was very much a stay to himself type individual, so we parted ways. I think he was depressed. He had some very dear friends that he wasn't able to see anymore. But
That's
I don't-
understandable.
if you do find him, tell him I miss him and he should come visit. We're usually in this general area.
We will definitely do that.
Oh, lovely. But alright, you said you must go. I'm here all day and night. And day and night. And day and night. If you need help with anything, if you have questions, if you want me to show you, I do sell seeds if you don't want just the fruit themselves, and I'd be happy to show you how to grow them.
Yeah, maybe we will take you up on that offer.
Oh,
After we
lovely,
do our
lovely.
business.
I love helping people grow things. Nature's so wonderful, isn't it?
It is. Mostly.
All right, dearies. Well, you handle your business, and I'll see you when you come back.
Above table, I want to walk by and smack her in the ass and say, light her up.
Wait,
But
what was
it
that?
wouldn't make sense.
What?
Who are you smacking
I
in the ass,
said-
and what are you saying?
I said above table because I know it wouldn't make
Okay.
sense in game. I'd want to walk by her shrub, slap her on the ass, and say, light 'em up.
Oh, there's a table
But
between
in
you and
game,
her.
it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
I know. So you get what I'm saying, though.
When you start walking towards Eveline's boat, she'll be like, "Oh, you have to go down the stairs, and then you'll see the ramp straight ahead." And I will unlock that section of the map. Just a second. And I forgot to put a fucking staircase on that. So if you look at the part of the map I just opened up, you walk downstairs, and sure as shit, you'll see basically trees growing off the interior of the cargo hold, all with apples on them. There's 2 crates there. You look to the right, you can see some hammocks and some cargo hold area. When you walk across the gangplank, Odess, you get a fucking boner, because there is just... It is filled floor to ceiling with scrap metal.
Hell yeah. But I'm not going
and-
to until I can ask about it.
And then there is a small ramp that will bring you up onto the main deck of the next ship. And as you walk up, give me 1 second, let me finish moving your tokens here. People and things. As you walk up, you see what is generally a fair-skinned, like smooth-skinned, hasn't had a rough time of it, female goblin. She stands about 3'6", maybe 3'8". She is working furiously on a forge, wearing some mariner's chainmail armor. Off to the side, you see that there is a shield and a mace. Anybody proficient with history or religion can roll one of those 2 things. At disadvantage.
Oh.
6. Odess, you're not religious?
It was history or what?
Religion.
Or religion?
At disadvantage. Beautiful. Odess, you recognize the emblem she has on her shield as the symbol of Thor. The patron god of the forge. And she is just clanging away with loud ding, 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 working on a sword as you all step up onto the deck. You're breaking up. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You said the emblem was of Thor?
Yes.
Okay.
As you all step up, she doesn't take notice of you. She's just banging away on the forge.
I walk up and say hi. She is about the size of my hoof, so I'm assuming that it starts shaking when I walk up towards her.
How tall are you? I think she comes up to like your knee. Yeah, I'd say not even quite your knee. Well, no, she comes up about mid-thigh on you, but you walk up and say hi, and she turns, and boom, Minotaur crotch. And then steep look up and goes, oh, sorry. Just a second. Puts 3 more resounding ding, ding, dings into the sword she's working on. Dumps it into the barrel, which psss and steams as she drops it in. And turns back around. Hi. Didn't see you walk up there. How can I help you?
You evil Lynn?
Sure am. What can I do for you?
Darling, I think this is the person we're looking for. I will look back towards Silt.
Well, if you're looking for Evelyn, then yeah, I'm definitely the one you're looking for. Are you here to get something identified, or you need something made? Those are really the only thing anybody comes to me for nowadays.
Evelyn, it is a pleasure to meet you. We are actually here to help a trade commence more quickly between yourself and Gistra. You had some components that for her, and it looks like you're awfully busy and don't have a lot of time to take away from the forge.
Well, you know, I had the parts for Gistra, like, over 2 years ago when she ordered them, but she never came to pick them up, and the contractual deal is if you don't pick them up within 4 months, then tough caboodle. So she doesn't get the parts anymore. She'd
Do you have a copy of that contract?
Somewhere. I focus on the forge. I don't keep track of the papers. They're probably somewhere. But you know, if she wants the parts, she's either gonna have to reorder them or this one looks strong as she stares back up at Kit and goes, you know, if you wanted to remake them, you'd be welcome to use the forge yourselves and give it a go. But if she wants me to remake them, it's gonna cost.
Oh, that's understandable. Well, we will talk. Maybe we will give remaking them a go. Is there somebody that I could talk to about where that contract would be?
I mean, when I'm done working the forge tonight, I can take a look for it.
Perfect.
Can't promise that I'll find it though. It's,
Mm-hmm.
contracts don't happen often, so.
Yeah, it's just a way to make sure that she doesn't try to say that the contract was, 3 years in length, just to protect yourself and.
Well, is what it is. I don't really care. I just like the forge.
Not to intrude upon your working of the forge, but would I be able to look around for you to save you some time from having to do it yourself?
I'd really rather you not. You know, things are where I know where they are, and if things get moved, then if you want to be here when I look, I'm okay with that. I just don't like people going through my stuff.
Can I tell if she's being truthful about this contract?
Make an insight check.
Actually, I will too.
Same.
It's not that I don't.
Sorry, I
trust
just
you.
stepped away. What are we doing?
Did you
Insight
hear any? Yeah, insight checks to see if she's lying about the contract she had with Gistra. But all of you would be able to tell that she is telling the truth. Except for Taddy. Taddy, you have no clue what the fuck. You can't take away from how, like, jittery she is. You know, like that standard goblin jitter. That you're just
Gotcha,
like,
okay.
for some reason it's bothering you and you can't focus on anything else.
Okay.
But as kleptic as she may seem, she is telling the truth as far as any of you can tell.
Okay, well,
Okay.
leave you to your work, and if we decide that we want to try to make these things, when can we do that?
I mean, you can do it whenever. I've got an extra anvil, so I can
Hmm.
set it up. It'll take
Okay.
like 2 minutes.
Perfect.
Yeah, just
Yeah, are you-
you know,
are you
if you
interested
if
in
you need some privacy, just talk on the back of the ship there, and I'll be here pounding away. And she turns back around and grabs another sword out of her forge, and you start hearing ding, ding as she starts working another piece of metal.
Evelyn, what do you charge to identify things out of curiosity?
Oh, not too much out here. It's well, as she kind of like lets her head fall to a shoulder, and you can tell that she's staring at your shield. She goes, "For a follower of Poseidon," her head snaps back up. 15 gold an item.
Okay. Thank you very much. I might come back and visit you.
You're welcome. And you see her kind of like just lick one of her canine teeth in the corner of her mouth.
Wait, hold on. Repeat that. She licked a canine teeth?
She licked one of her canine teeth in the corner of her mouth.
Can I roll insight to see if she's trying to be seductive?
Go for it.
Look, all the short ones love him.
The only vibe you get is hungry, but you don't know which direction of hungry.
All right. Go give her a and go back and see what the group wants to do.
As you turn, you start hearing the ding, 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 as she's working the forge as you guys go to have a discussion.
Well, isn't that interesting that there's a contract that was failed to be mentioned?
Well, it would make sense why she sent us out here.
Sure
What do you
would.
expect?
What was that, Max?
That it's Gestra. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Well, I think it wouldn't hurt if we can get a copy of the contract, and if you guys want to stay and make the stuff, I think it's still probably a good idea to do that. But maybe we have some leverage with a prior binding legal document that.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I stepped away for a minute while you guys were talking to her. Did she mention what the contract said?
Yeah, that it was she had the parts for Gistra, but they were supposed to be picked up within 3 months, and they weren't. So
Okay.
contract for trade.
And where are these parts now?
Wherever you do with your blacksmith, whatever you do with parts that are sitting around.
They're
Jumping
old
usually
or
space.
made into something else.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're usually just sitting around. Is it possible it's in that pile of scrap downstairs?
Possible,
ass-
but it's been 2 years.
Just to clarify, you all stepped away to have this conversation in private, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just making
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, if she didn't say where the parts are, just that she made them and they weren't picked up, that doesn't mean that they're not just laying around.
Well, we can
How,
ask
how
her
about we ask?
that tonight
Yeah.
when she looks for the contract too. She intimated that they were not around anymore because they would have to be remade. She said that.
Oh, okay. How long would it take for her to remake them?
No idea. I am not a blacksmith, nor have I ever been.
Oh, we should have asked.
I mean, she could
Actually,
remake them,
why don't
but
we just ask?
we would have to pay for the things
Yeah.
if she remakes them, and we don't have the funds to do so.
How much?
I don't know because it's so irrelevant.
Okay, hold on. I'm
Well,
gonna
she's working right now, so I don't want to bother her too much.
Yeah, Taddy doesn't care.
deal.
Taddy's just gonna step out of the group and step back up to the, no, goblin. Hey, lady.
It's Eveling, but what can I do for you?
Two things. Number one, what was the cost of the parts?
We're talking like 2.5 years ago. I don't remember. You'd have to wait for me to try and find the contract tonight, but I know it was probably the most expensive order I've ever made.
And number two, do you think you can, how long it would take for you to remake those? How long did it take you back then?
I mean, if you wanted me to work around the clock, I could have it done by this time tomorrow. If I started right now. But, of course, rush orders, it cost you a little extra. I already, she holds the smithing hammer up to you. She's like, I already told your friends there while you were daydreaming in the back. Yeah, I saw you. That, you know, you guys are welcome to use my forge to make it yourselves if you want. I just have to find the contract, which will have the order attached to it with the designs and whatnot. And, yeah. Or if you want me to make it, I can, but, you know, it wasn't a cheap order, and rush orders always cost extra.
Okay. Well, no, I just, you know, it's information that would help us move along. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, yeah, you can ask me whatever you want. I'll help you as much as I can.
Okay.
Hey, you got anything to drink? I don't feel like going over to the other ship to get a bottle.
What do you want to drink?
Something that's not water.
Yes, have a serving of this very fine wine.
She'll grab her mug from behind her and hold it out for you to pour in.
I will pour her a glass of very fine wine.
She straight does like the Viking thing and throws it back, and you can see some of it coursing out the sides of her lips. She goes, "Oh my god, it's so good."
My left eye twitches a little bit.
And she does the sleeve wipe across her mouth and goes, "Give you a cold coin for the rest of that bottle."
What pray tell is a cold coin?
A gold coin, sorry.
Oh, gold coin.
I'm excited, I can't talk straight.
I'll sigh and, yep, I'll hand it over to her.
She hands you a gold coin. She downs that bottle, like all of it immediately. So go ahead and right click that item in your inventory, make sure you delete it, and give yourself a gold coin. And she does the same thing at the end, the big old
2 gold coin.
flavor.
2 gold coin worth your time to stop what you're doing and go get the contract now.
Yeah, I guess.
All right,
If I can't,
I'll give her 2
if I
gold
can't
coin.
find it in 15 minutes, though, I'm back to work. I got stuff to do.
Yeah, well, we're here specifically for those items, so yeah, we're kind of in a rush too. I feel you on that.
All right, all right, all right. She'll take your 2 gold. Go ahead and
Yep, it's
pass it off.
I already did.
And she'll go below deck. If anybody follows or watches, you see her start moving scraps of metal. And after like 5 minutes of moving metal, finally it reveals 3 chests that were buried under the scrap metal, which she starts digging through. Any other conversation you guys want to have during that 15 minutes?
Nope. Gonna try to hide so she can't see me watch her.
Okay, she's distracted, so there's no issue there. She's not paying attention to anything. You can tell she's kind of like an ADHD, OCD type personality where she's very focused on the one thing she's passionate about and doesn't get distracted by anything else. Luckily for you guys, she rolled a nat 20 on her search, so not 2 minutes after she starts looking through her chest, the first one, she comes back up and hands you a document. Here's the contract. Like I said, she had 4 months to pick it up. You can see she hands it to you, Taddy, and she's like pointing her fingers. She's like, as you can see, it was 1,800 gold that she agreed to pay for these items, and you'll recognize that the diagrams she has for the items are the exact ones that were attached to the job order. It was guaranteed to be completed within 3 days' work on my end. She opted not for the rush service, so that didn't happen. And yeah, that's about it.
Did she pay you?
No, it was payment upon completion because I was providing the materials. So if she didn't show up, then the materials were still mine, and I could do with them as I wish.
So I'm gonna look at the group and say, so they sent us out here to get stuff that hasn't been paid. Don't know how they expected us to pay for that.
By any means necessary.
As
That's
far
what
as
the
you
note
can
said.
tell, Brad, she is telling the truth.
That's what the job said. By any means necessary.
Yeah, Taddy, I know.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you said it. I was just answering the question.
Evelyn kind of looks up at the sun and goes, you got about 6 minutes left on your 15 minutes. What else you got for me?
How much would it cost for the cost of the materials for us to remake these?
If you want to make it, you give me 200 gold for the materials.
And how much would it cost for you to make it?
She kind of looks over the sheet again. What did I say before? 1,800?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 1,800, just like the original contract.
Okay, and rush service on that?
An extra 300 gold.
And make it an
Okay.
even 200.
Make a persuasion check.
Not 200, 2,000. Sorry.
I know what you meant.
Well, that would still be, I thought you were, yeah, 200 plus 1,800.
Yeah, no. I might be a religious person, but I'm still a goblin. You're not going to short me. 300 for the rush service. 2,100 gold if you want it.
Okay.
She looks up at the sun again. 3.5 minutes.
I said okay.
How long do you think it would
Make 'em.
take a bunch of novices to make them?
Couple days, tops. I mean, it's not like I won't guide you. I can tell that none of you have ever worked a forge before, but as long as you get everything right on the first try, 2, maybe 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you're here by yourselves without any guards, that means you're already welcome here, which means you can easily stay, no issues, for that duration of time. You might have to pay for your own food after today, but you know, that's just how Madame Misty works.
Mm-hmm.
Now you said okay. Does that mean okay you want me to do it or okay you're gonna do it? You got to be a little more specific.
Okay, we're going to discuss it.
Okay, well that's good because then she looks up at the sky with one eye closed. Right now your time's up, so I'm back to work. You let me know.
I'm gonna
And
say
she-
under my breath, I kind of like her.
You hear the first cling, and then I like you too. Cling, cling, cling. As she's back to work.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wagering she's at the front doing her thing. Everybody's gathering up towards the back. What do you
Yeah.
want to do?
Above table, for your decision-making purposes, smithing skills is a strength-based check. If you're not proficient with smith tools, you just don't add your proficiency bonus to it. That being said, I will tell you guys that if you decide to make the stuff yourself, and one person successfully makes it, no matter how long it takes to make it, that person will become proficient with smith's tools come the end of creating the items.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, how long is it going to take to make it? Because I'm willing to make it.
She
I mean-
anticipated a few days. If you do everything right the first try, 2 to 3. If you don't do things right and need to remake it, it'll obviously take a little bit longer.
I mean, it's day 10. We've already knocked out one thing. We got 50 more days till I got to be back. So, I mean, what do you guys think? We don't really have the money because we had to drop all the money on the boat. I mean,
I mean,
We say fuck it and just try making it. But have our strongest people try and make it. Cause
I'm down for that. I mean,
Works for
Kit,
me. That's fine with
you
me.
want- Kit, you want to help me make it?
Silt, from keeping an eye on the charts, you would know that just straight sailing with no interruptions and no misheadings, you have 26 days of just sailing for the loop you've got planned to get back to Haven. So
And we
that gives you a 24-day buffer to complete tasks.
Okay, I will relay that information.
I mean,
We don't-
we can let her make them, and they can make it off the boat. Just saying.
No, Taddy.
What do you mean they can make it off the boat? What does that mean?
What do you mean? Huh? What do you mean? What do I mean? How do things disappear?
No. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Uh-uh.
Eh.
I think our
Shit.
best bet right now is probably to have Kit and I try to make this thing. We can try to work together. See if that'll maybe at least help balance out some stuff. In the meantime, Silt, maybe you can go work on your other thing.
Above table, what is that thing?
Above table, weren't you looking for a place for your family?
Oh, yes. Yep. Yes. It's been a long
So,
week.
my suggestion is going to be that, quite frankly, I don't think we have the money for her to do this. And Tatty, you're not doing Tatty things. Put it that way. So, Kit and I probably should get to work on this. I do have one other idea that I might try in the meantime. But I would highly suggest, Silt, that in the meantime, you use your time wisely while we're doing this.
Going to arch an eyebrow at him. Neutrally. Of course.
All right, let's hot skip jump to it, eh?
Okay.
Hearing no objections, I will go over and speak with Evelyn. Eveline, my bad.
That's right. You put some respect on that NPC name.
Yeah. Couple beers, all the names start blending together.
It's all right. The fireball just hit my forehead, so I'm a little frosty right now.
Yeah, we think our AC went out, so it's a little toasty.
Okay. So you and Kit are gonna co-forge the new equipment, right?
Yes, correct. But I would like to have a quick conversation
Go for it.
with Evelyn. So as I approach, I'm going to... Excuse me, dearie.
Hold on. Ding, 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 ding.
As she's doing that, I'm going to pull out the bottle of rum that I have in my bag and wait until she turns around.
So she continues, ding, 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 ding. And she turns to put the blade into the barrel that's next to the forge. And she sees you with the bottle in her hand, and you see the sword just drop into the bucket with a psst. She goes, yeah? Can I do for you?
Well, my bodacious friend over here and I are going to work on putting those parts together. And we were wondering if you might be able to set that up so we can get started. But how about you and I maybe have dinner and you can give me some tips and tricks this evening on how to make this go a little bit faster. Say maybe over this bottle of rum.
Well, I won't say no to the bottle of rum, but you know, I said if you're gonna use the equipment, you're just paying for the materials, and I said I'd stand here and help you as you go. So no issues there, but I can pay some extra special attention to what you're doing to make sure you do it right, hopefully, in exchange for the rum.
Sounds good to me. Maybe some dinner for make it worth your while. That way you're not too tired, huh?
Yeah, sounds good, but I mean it's still morning. Dinner's not till tonight. If you're gonna get doing it, you know, we'd be starting right away here.
Well, let's get started.
All right. Well, you got the 300 gold for the materials?
200 gold. I'll pipe
200. Sorry. That was a DM above table mistake.
I was about to say
I couldn't remember if I said 2 or 3, but I
launch.
I couldn't remember if I said 2 or 3.
Tonight.
But I went with 3 to just see. 200 gold. She said 2.
I am going to, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of us, 200 divided by 5.
Good luck trying to get juice out of a raisin over here.
Everyone make a perception check. All right. So you all sort out your money thing. Odess, as you're collecting the money from everybody, you notice Taddy slipping below deck. So while you guys figure out the money thing, do that however you want. Taddy, we're gonna jump to you now that we've split the party. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go check the chest.
Okay. Are you looking for anything in particular, or just doing a broad check?
No, I wanna see what. Yeah, kind of broad, kind of. I mean, I'm more or less curious as to what she's got in those chests.
Okay. It is all paperwork. That is the first thing you note. As you kind of skim through it, they are all contract orders for various items from weaponry, both personal and ship related, ammunition for ship mounted weaponry. Make an investigation check. We'll see if anything in particular sticks out.
$60.
Okay. You will take note that there are some orders there for the orders themselves aren't curious, but you'll notice that the titles on the orders, some of them are pirate such and such, or nomad such and such, or sea elf such and such. So it's very clear that they don't differentiate. They sell to whoever's got the money to place the order, or she does rather.
Any of those names strike a bell from the ones that we were supposed to go hunt for?
No. There is one order that rings a bell, and I will whisper that to you.
Above table, you did say that I noticed that Taddy slipped downstairs, right?
Yes.
Okay. For those who are still up on deck, we were talking on the chat just to make it easier.
What? Oh. Oh, that's me. Aw, Galen.
That's that order. While you're reading that, we'll jump back up to the top deck. Did you guys get the money thing figured out? Or do you need me to do it for you?
Well, as of right now, it's 40 gold apiece. However, I am very quietly going to whisper to the group, like getting really close into the ear whisper kind of thing.
Okay.
We are missing a contestant in this matter.
I'm gonna whip my head around and see that Taddy's missing.
Yes, you will.
You might want to fix that real quick.
God damn it, Taddy.
Last I checked, he's the reason we're in this predicament. So,
did you see where he went?
I did, and I will nod.
There's only one way off this ship, and that is across the gangplank through the lower deck.
Okay. Wait, but isn't there a lower deck here? That
Yes. So this
He was-
ship, this ship has a lower deck, which is the direction he went. Because short of jumping or flying, that is the only way he could have gone. And then you cross over the gangplank to the lower deck of Herb's ship.
so Odessa was telling me that he went
Down.
to
Yeah.
down. Okay, right. So I'm going to.
Before you leave, give me.
I'm just gonna hand you a platinum.
That's only 10
I'm
gold.
I'm gonna need more
Oh,
than
it's
that.
only 10 gold.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
one-
need
one
40 to
platinum is
60
10
gold from
gold.
you,
Yep. I'll,
and
I'll
we
hand-
can dish this out amongst us later.
I didn't hear numbers.
40 to
Yeah.
60 gold,
4260 gold.
260 gold. And then Kit and I will take care of this, and we will have a discussion amongst the group later.
So I will hand 6 platinum over
Okay. So that's
as
60
I'm
gold.
going down.
Just take that straight off your inventory sheet. Brad, you're going to manage equaling 200 and subtract 60 from Silt.
She gave me 6 platinum.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I need to know. I'll just put it on there, and
Ah, fuck.
I will keep it going from there.
Right.
So
Chest Rock's still falling. Go ahead and back in the chat. Figure out where you're going to get the other 240 gold. Silt, you go below deck. Chest Rock in tow. And you see Tatty standing there, looking at the scraps of metal and the 3 chests that Eveline had uncovered.
I'm going to stand there with my arms crossed over my chest and clear my throat.
I look up. Hi?
What are you doing?
Looking?
Are you done looking?
I suppose so.
All right, come on.
I start walking up the stairs.
When we get back up, I'm going to ask Galen if she will keep an eye on Tatty, because if he keeps sneaking around here, he's liable to get himself into more trouble than any of us are going to want to get him out of.
I mean, I was just looking.
I'm gonna scowl at Tatty.
All right.
That
But,
is kinda
but yeah, now that we're all
well,
back there, I have 120 between Silt and I. That makes me completely broke, which I don't really want to go completely broke. It was 40 apiece, but minus Gallon, that makes it
80.
that makes it 50 gold apiece between 4 of us. So, Silt, you're covered. Technically, I can give you some back. I would be covered. And then we just need 50 from you, Kit, and 50 from you, Tatty.
Well, we're forgetting Pearl. I know she's not here, but she's part of the group too.
She is not there, so she cannot physically contribute in this moment.
I mean,
Again,
Right. But-
I've got
but, like-
120 between what you gave me, Sil, and what I have.
Right.
We need the other 80 to cover this, and then we can deal this later.
Yeah, that's
But
what
we
I
need
meant.
to get this started now. Yes, above table. Yes, I did just make that pun.
Above table, Galen will not be able to help at all. She doesn't have
Yeah, she already established that.
a gold to her name.
you just need 80 gold to get this started.
Yeah, that makes me
Yep.
completely broke.
whatever I got from Silt.
Five
And-
platinum, 30 gold.
Okay. Just take it off your
Cool.
inventory sheet. Taddy
So I
hands
will-
over the rest of the currency, and Eveline looks at it in your hand and kind of counts it without touching. And goes, all right, looks good, and holds out a pouch for you to dump it into.
I dump it in there.
You dump it in. It doesn't make any noise as you dump it into the bag. And then she closes it up and puts it back on her waist. All right, give me a second. We'll get started. And she comes over and starts like slow dragging another anvil out from behind the forge, like like dragging a table or something. Like the Men in Black scene where he's moving the table up to his chair, Will Smith, when they're taking the written test. It's like that.
Mhm.
Just.
Would you care for any help?
Nope. I got it. And it only takes maybe a minute, but she gets it out and she goes, all right, well, you two step up. I'll show you how to work a forge here real quick. And she goes on to explain the whole heating until the metal looks like this exact color. And she shows you what the exact color is based on the metal she has currently in her forge. She goes, and you got your hammers over here and your chisels and your spikes, and it's basically it's like working with clay, but it's really hot metal. Oh, and safety measures, make sure you wear gloves, make sure you don't touch any of the hot parts. You're gonna grab the heated metal out of the forge, and you're going to grab the heated metal out of the forge, and you're going to put it on the anvil, and then you're going to start banging it. If you want to do curves, you do this end, and dents, you do right here on the little square hole. And if you need a 90-degree angle, you do it over the edge. Everybody make a perception check for me. Gallon
No,
with
this is-
advantage.
Okay, yeah, because I had asked her to.
Yep. Nope, I got you.
Even now, do you still want me to throw it with advantage?
Yeah, roll it one more time.
Okay, I want to use that score though. It's really nice.
Well, advantage means you take the higher of the two
That's
scores.
what- Oh, excellent.
So. Oh, I just said one more time. So, no, we're going to keep that 23. I'm going to say Gallon, make a dexterity check or strength check. It really doesn't matter which. After you click the +5 button down by where you click advantage. And Taddy, make either athletics or acrobatics at disadvantage. Beautiful. Taddy, you go to start flying off, and you've stopped midair and look down, and Gallon's got you by the ankle. You are considered grappled in the air in this exact moment and cannot go anywhere.
I'm holding my foot.
You grabbed onto his ankle as he was trying to fly off to another ship.
Yeah. I think it's pretty self-explanatory why.
I'm not needed here.
I mean, it's either you're with us or you go back to our ship. You already kind of left the group once.
And I just start floating down past the ship because I'm assuming I'm over the edge.
No, you're still above the ship. You're like
Okay.
right there.
Yeah, I can head to the ship. I'm just not needed here.
I kind of look at everyone else around us trying to see what they want me to do.
Kit and Odess are preoccupied with the rest of the learning.
Silt.
Patty, are you going back to our ship?
Yes. Well, I was just gonna go roam around and look, but I mean, if it's gonna be like that, yeah, I'll just go back to the ship.
I just
I-
don't
I will
trust you not
say-
to be sticky fingered here.
This is a good moment for a tower roll. So Gallon and Silt make an insight check in the tower, and Taddy either make persuasion or intimidation or deception in the tower. Try that again, Taddy.
Oh, because I used the wrong one.
Yep.
Sorry, my bad.
Nope, it's all good. Gallon, you believe him 100%. Silt, you think he's lying through his teeth about everything he says.
Patty, why don't you stay here with us for now?
Yeah, okay.
Why don't you stay with Gallon?
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Gallon and I'm gonna nod.
And then I'm going to nod back, and then like basically my eyes are gonna be like fixed on Taddy the whole time.
All right. So, the safety brief concludes. At this point, what we're going to do is we are going to kind of fast forward the next couple days. All right. So, if anybody wants to do anything particular in those couple of days, send me a message or a whisper in Fantasy Grounds or Facebook, your choice. That being said, Brad and Max, you guys are going to be forging for the next couple days, so you won't have time to really do anything. Katie, you are going to have that conversation over the next couple days. We will do that off camera between now and next week
Okay.
via Facebook,
Okay.
because none of it is really going to come into play here.
Okay.
And I just saw your message there, so we'll cover that as well.
Okay.
But as far as, because we only got 7 minutes left, so I just want to get through the rolls. So basically, if you want to be done up here, we can be done up here. Start next week's game. So Brad and Max, both of you go ahead and make strength checks with a +2.
Come on, guys. Is there any way that like I can give the Kit guidance every morning if Odess is giving himself guidance for strength?
I'm going to say no for you, Katie, because of what you want to do and what you have to do while they're foraging.
Okay.
At least for this first one, I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Brad, however, if you want to give either yourself or Max guidance, you can.
Max, I think you're a lot stronger than me, so I'm going to stick with giving guidance to myself at the moment. We'll see how that plays out.
Okay. So your first day doesn't go too bad. You guys have, neither of you have ever forged anything before in your lives, but the materials you have come end of the day vaguely resemble components of what you are trying to build. And it's not too bad. Give me 1 second.
Out of curiosity, can Kit give herself bardic inspiration for this? Or does it only work?
She can, but that's what the +2 was for.
Oh, got it.
Well, I take that back. It would be if you chose to give yourself a bardic inspiration, it'd be a +5 to your roll because the roll is lasting the entire day. Bardic inspiration only lasts 10 minutes, so you don't get the full D8. You get the set extra 3. The +2 is because you convinced Eveline to be there helping you through the process. So your 9 would become a 12, basically. And obviously, you get a full night's rest and whatnot, so I'm not going to make you mark off any uses of anything. But, okay. But that'll move us into the next day, and I will add a day to the travel map. Thank you, Katie. You don't need to roll the hours thing, just the if you go crazy shit.
Okay.
All right. Brad and Max, go ahead and make another strength check. Brad, you'll be +2. Actually, no. No guidance. Both of you with a +5. And that +5 will count for bardic inspirations. Guidance is however that would work. The second day goes by. You guys... So on the first day, you're like roughing out all the parts you'll need. The second day, you continue/finish roughing out those parts and start fine-tuning them. By the end of the second day, you've started to put pieces together, and your creation is starting to take shape. Give me just a second. We're going to be starting the third day, so Silk, go ahead with your roll. Okay. Kit and Odess, go ahead with your +5 strength checks.
The game hates me today.
That's how I
15?
felt the other day.
15's not bad with the +5, though. You come up to the end of the third day, and what you have in front of you, minus a couple of cosmetic details, looks exactly like the diagram you have on the job order Odess received.
Yes.
Both of you have earned half proficiency in smithing,
Yes.
which I will add right now.
So we're not fully complete, but we're a good portion of the way through it.
Nope. What I said was if one of you does it, you will gain a proficiency in it. And you opted for 2 people to do it. So you get a half proficiency, or 1 proficiency between the 2 of you.
Sweet.
So the way that'll work is if you ever try to smith anything in the future, you'll get to add half your proficiency bonus to the roll, which will be a 1. So you get 1 extra point.
Awesome.
Also, Brad, I will text you about your dinner with Eveline on the end of that first night off camera. And if anything is pertinent, same goes for you, Kit. If anything is pertinent, or not Kit, Silt, sorry. If anything's pertinent, we will cover it at the beginning of next game.
Okay.
But it is 11 o'clock, so we are going to cut it there at the end of the third day. As everything is forged, you have it in your possession. Who is taking possession of the items?
How much do they weigh? Well, I guess I can't. I don't have my backpack.
I'll put them in the bag of holding.
Okay. Just go ahead and add job 4 equipment to the bag of holding.
Okay.
And I will take job 4 off the world map as it is completed. But yeah, we will pick up there next week. Brad and Katie, we will have conversations about your during those days items. But we'll pick up back here next week ready to go. Taddy, if there is anything else you wanted to do there, you can text me about it, and we'll do that off camera as well. And
Okay.
yeah, you guys will, if you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, you can go. At the beginning of next week, we'll also have, if anybody wanted to buy anything from any of the shops, either whether it be Haserbs or anywhere else. There was a shipbuilder, like a shipwright, as well as just a general goods store here. General goods doesn't really carry anything. It's like day-to-day plates, silverware, mundane items. But the shipwright does do ship repairs as well as sell lumber. I'd say like probably the first 20-30 minutes of next week can be a quick shopping episode. Anything you guys would have covered during that 3 days. And then, you'll be good to set sail or stick around and have conversations with anybody after that.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, thanks
just-
everybody. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, just to round it out, what are we ending on here? Sunday?
So it has
Should
been
be day 12.
3
I think
days.
it's Monday, right?
Yeah, it should be Monday,
10,
day 12.
11.
Okay, I was only counting
Well.
the slash marks, so I wasn't sure.
Yep, Monday, day 12. We're at the end of Monday, day 12. So go ahead and say dusk, day 12, Monday.
Okay. 'Cause I see 13 marks on the Lost Seas map.
Yep,
Yeah, I
we
think we're just
started.
missing one.
We started tonight's game Friday, day 9, morning. You had that day of travel, which was day 9, and then hold on. Now I'm all fucked up on it.
You just
Yeah,
need one
that's-
more slash.
Well, no,
9.
he's got 13 slashes up there.
Yeah, it should be 12. You
That-
guys are
that's
at the end of day 12, not 13.
Okay.
Okay.
that's what was confusing me. That's why I asked.
Nope.
No, sounds good.
Thank you for asking.
Mhm.
But all right, we will pick up there next week with all this fun stuff to follow and see how everybody goes. Thank you all for coming to watch the stream. Hope you had a happy 4th of July and stayed safe. And we will see you back Wednesday for Curse of Strahd hosting Brad. Sorry, I gotta, point this way on the camera. Back Friday for Lord Z's Fantastical Dungeon. And of course, Sunday for Waters of the Deep. We will see you then. Goodbye and take care.